Just finishing up my narrow grip bench press with chains. I used a single board. Worked up to, I think the last set was 345 for a triple pause. It's my second bench work of the week. I'm going to do a few accessories before I leave. The questions coming out of YouTube, one was something I didn't have the chance to video today. I'm going to try to just put video links. Kelly Starrett, K-Star as some call him, does a lot of mobility. I follow a lot of his stuff. I'm warming up for the bench press. I use a green band off of a power rack with a kettlebell laying on the floor as one of the mobility workouts. I do basic like stretching it with the green band, getting blood flowing, but then the actual mobility stuff is using some stuff off a power rack using kettlebell. I'll put a link in there. And then K-Star, Kelly Starrett, you work with Donnie Thompson on some it's all about the shoulder socket and doing the rotation. So I'll try to find that video as well on using the bands off the power rack in a standing position and being able to get the mobility working without the kettlebell if you don't have one. It's kind of, so I use both. I think both are helpful on working on the rotation of your shoulder. Another question coming out of YouTube is on bench shirts. This is always when I start throwing the shirt on, and then there's a slew of folks trying to figure out the shirts. Especially, where it really hurts is the shirts have changed so much. I've been around in it. I did hit my first men's nationals in '96, and I never really stopped powerlifting competitively all the way through. Folks who stopped in the early '90s, now coming back to the sports as master lifters, are really screwed up because the shirts have changed so much. The gears, it's different. The old days used to pinch you in the arms, and now you don't even know what's going on. All right, so some of the cues I'm trying to tell some folks online. I use the Super Katana. So this is advice for Super Katana, and it works for the Inzer shirts as well, I think. This training cycle, I'll tell you what I'm doing this training cycle. I'm doing 3 weeks of gear work before the meet. Now, if you're 10 years out of powerlifting, I'm telling you, you need 8 weeks in the shirt. At least 8 weeks. Seems ridiculous. Keep up all your other work, maybe even add a day where you just do shirt work. But if the shirt is foreign to you, I'm sorry guys, it's gonna be a pain in the ass, but 8 weeks at least training in the shirt before the meet. It's ridiculous. I totally agree. It's ridiculous. But if you want to learn about the new shirt, and you're going to have to train it. All right. The other thing is the shirt's leverage off of a belt. So you put a belt on, you pull the shirt down under the belt to tighten the shirt, and you loosen the belt or loosen the shirt by bringing the shirt up. Okay. When you're first putting the shirt on, it's brand new to you, do not put a belt on. Okay? Yes, it's going to ride up into your throat. Okay, pull it down a little bit before you go with no belt on, and do your initial sets off boards, double board, triple board, whatever you need to do to get to, with no belt. I think you can get if it gets over your arms on yourself, there's no reason you shouldn't be able to get to a double board without the belt on. It's going to ride in a weird way. It's going to feel weird. It's not going to effectively use the shirt. But we're just working on getting it down. Okay, as you start training into it, work with no belt on in the bench shirt down to a double board. Work down to a single board. Okay, then work down to, I get a knee wrap folded up with rubber bands and work down to that. So you get, at that point you really start to feel it. Okay, then go back up, put the belt on, but have the shirt like barely in the belt. Right? Have it sitting up and go back to the double board. Then go back to the single board and work and progress your way down. This is going to take weeks. If you got the shirt 3 weeks before meet, go raw. This is for the guys who haven't worn shirts in years. Do not try to fit a shirt on in 3 weeks. Not these new shirts. If you've not worn these new shirts and you're trying to put it on 3 weeks before a meet, expect the bomb. Or do not so good and just barely get something, because we're opening with a ridiculous number that you shouldn't have in your hands yet, just to get the bar down. So work without a belt, work with a belt but real loose, and then as you get the shirt honed in, toned in, whatever, if it fits right, you'll be able to pull the belt, pull the shirt down in the belt, lever the belt down, lock the belt down, and get the most efficiency out of the shirt. Make sure the arms in the shirt are all the way in. If you've got any slack in your arms, it's going to make it harder to get to your chest. So that's one thing of advice. What I tell people who are putting my shirt on, I grab the back and I swim my hands forward. Swim my hands forward to get it settled into the armpits. Okay? So give that a try. And again, if the shirt's too tight, you're screwed. Plastic bags, I would use some sort of garbage bags to get it up over your forearms, up your arms, and make sure it's clearing your elbows. That's important for competitive stuff. So, all right, if there's any other questions or anything like that, shoot me a message on YouTube or Facebook, on Twitter, whatever, and we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's squat day. Take care.